Welcome to Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your channel host, GBHL James.
And GBHL Jamie. And it's time for Speak Friendly Question.
Speak Friendly Question number 90, I believe.
I don't know.
I've done my research. I think it's number 90.
Yes, it is.
It's number 90, that means we're 10 away from 100.
Yeah.
Can you believe
And 12 away from 2 years. No. 14 away from 2 years.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Thank you very much you guys for supporting this show and continue to ask questions, although you've not been very supportive this week.
No, just 19 comments, and then some of these people have replied to comments and answered for them.
Oh wow, maybe people just want us to be redundant.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it is. What we'll have to do, Jamie, is we'll have to talk in real depth about the questions that we've got there. Really fill this hour up. Remember, this is Jamie's first one back from
America, yeah.
From America.
From Nova.
Did you have a good time at Nova, Jamie?
I did have a very good time, thank you.
It was awesome.
It was great.
It was awesome. We had the best time ever, as I'm sure that you could see from our hobby blogs. Okay, so let's crack on, and what's our first question?
It's from Bradley Cobden. He says he's waited all evening for this. It did come out quite late, and so your internet speeds weren't great for uploading this.
I don't know what
like
went on
6
there.
hours. I was like, oh god.
Did you see it? Like, the time. I had no understanding of it because it was. I mean, it was an hour and a half, I suppose.
Yeah, it was long, but still.
Yeah.
I uploaded a 37-minute back rec last night, and it took half an hour.
It wasn't
good internet.
It wasn't the same kind of standard as the hotel at Nova.
No.
That was like the Hyatt Regency. I uploaded like a battle report in full high definition in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's like here. So he said, after testing my army of Thrall against an Isengard force and getting totally wiped out, I'm starting to doubt the list. Have you guys any ideas to make it more competitive? I'm going to convert some Warriors of Erebor to give me spear support, but it would be great to have some other ideas. Also, if you could live in Middle-earth, where would you choose? Well, that last one we've said many a time.
Yeah,
Shire, who wins it.
Yeah, we said Shire, maybe Rivendell.
Yeah.
Shire.
Shire's the place to be.
Good beer, good food. You're bigger than everybody, so no one messes with you.
Yeah.
You're one of the big people.
Yeah.
So his army, it's very much a sort of themey army.
Okay.
Is
this the Thrall, Thrain?
Yeah, all Grimhammers.
Grimhammers thing. Yeah.
You are going to struggle against Isengard with that.
Yeah, with equaling fight and then killing you on 5s. Yeah, that will be tough.
And you're going to need 6s to get them. Grimhammers aren't seen to be the best troop for their points. But of course you're not taking it for that, you're taking it for theme, and that's why Bradley has bravely challenged Smaug in the first round. Now
bravely, stupidly.
Well, he's taking one for the team, clearly.
So obviously.
I think all 70 plus people.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Will we have more than one Smaug?
Oh, I don't think so. Not based on so
We've
far.
still not seen a Smaug at a tournament besides JT's.
No, we've not seen a Smaug. I wanted to keep it open for this one. You're dreading it. I guess with so many people, there's a chance.
There's a chance to just never play. Yeah.
Chance that you'll never.
But no doubt, in my look of run a tournament, I will play in Lords of Battle.
Yeah, all of you lot who were like, "Ooh, Jamie coming 5th." He played the wrong people at the wrong scenario.
The wrong person at the wrong scenario. That was it.
Which one was it?
It was the Gondor Horde.
Playing that Gondor Horde was hard. I had to play that at the wrong scenario as well.
Domination.
We'd have well won the tournament if we'd have got to play Fell Beasts at those ones. Yeah. Team Palantir being all smug and GBHL Southie.
Yeah. Wish I got to play the Fell Beasts.
Lucky Devils.
Yeah.
Lucky Devils.
Well, it does take a bit of luck to win, which we've said.
Of course it does. Of course it does. No, I don't think you're going to play Smaug. He has challenged. I'm not a huge fan of challenges, but I've said to Bradley that listen.
Like Smaug, he can make an exception.
Well, it's not just that. Like, I'll do the draw, and then he can go and ask the person who's been drawn against Smaug, who will probably say yes, please.
Yeah.
Please, Bradley, pick me. If you do want to optimise that force a little bit more, then Warriors of Erebor, much better choice because it gives you defence 7 and a spear support.
Yeah.
The heroes that you've got aren't bad, but if you want to optimise it, Thorin's probably the best value.
Yes, but by a long shot.
By a long shot. So thank you very much for that, Bradley. So next up we've got Mr. Snoblar. Hey guys, I've not seen your username on here before.
No.
Hey guys, I'm coming along to the Redesolation of Stockport 2015. Great stuff. And so look forward to seeing you there. Have you paid for the event yet? Let me know what's your name on the thing, and then I can get it in my mind that you are Mr. Snobler. I've got 2 questions, sorry for the length. First, can you Sorcerer's Blast your own models?
No. Is the answer to that one, so...
There you go. And if
no,
so,
it's the other bit as well.
Yeah, and if so, can they move...
I like the idea though, it is cool.
It'd be cool for Evil, wouldn't it?
Well, just read up what he wants to do.
Okay, so this is what Mr. Snoblow wants to do. And if so, can they move if they've not done so already and still charge? Just thinking about Sorceress Blasting Gimli through the enemy's spear line and then charging a Shaman banner at the back. That's very creative.
Yeah, but unfortunately not happening.
So, second, when Games Workshop stop producing models, will you allow people to use non-GW Lord of the Rings models or allow them to convert models from other systems? For example, converting Warhammer Fantasy Wood Elves into Lord of the Rings Wood Elves. The second part's probably easier to answer in that most people are pretty open to good conversion.
Yeah, I mean, we say what I say. Try and use the Games Workshop models, and if not, get in touch with us and we'll vet it.
Yeah,
as for when they stop producing, we'll probably have to if we want to keep the scene going.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It'll sort of go the way Historicals has gone, where as long as it looks the part, it's cool to use.
Yeah, I see it going that way because it's very, very. We're in a really interesting place with Lord of the Rings strategy battle game.
Yeah, where it's not supported, but it's also not.
But it's more played.
Yeah.
Community-wise than, well, I guess for years.
Yeah.
You know, the independent tournament scene, not just in the UK.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's getting there with other places. You know, we're hearing about Germany sort of really up their game. The HTL.
Yeah.
Those guys seem to be doing
top league.
You know, there's a lot of people in Holland getting together now. In Denmark, there seems to be a good gathering. In Australia, they're running big events as well. Obviously, Devon, DCHL, we've got the Canadians with the Ontario Strategy Battle Game League. It's more supported from a community point of view for tournaments than it has been a long time, even though it's not supported from there. So, yeah, I think we're probably going to see that situation.
Yeah.
It's a very common question at the moment, isn't it?
It is. Well, it's for new starters who want to get models that they can't currently get.
And also because of certain Facebook groups that are making alternative models.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Which people would look to use because they have a likeness of potential profiles that, you know, where models haven't been made. So that's a very common question about whether things like that can be used, and it is a tough one. But what I recommend that you always do is that you ask your tournament organiser. So next up we've got Modelling Master. This is Ian Spiller, I believe.
It is, yes. Oh, what have you done? I thought you clicked on his name then. Jeez. Hey guys, my question this week is about the redesolation of Stockport. I'm taking a themed First Age elf list consisting of Gilgalad, Círdan, 12 spears, which will be Noldor elves, 12 shields, which will be Falathrun conversions, Elwing, an Arwen model and profile, and 11 Sindar. This is really where the question is, and he was wondering if we would let him use the old metal Galadrim even though it would be the high elf profile. So that's a straight proxy, isn't it? That.
So straight proxies is normally a no. I love your theme. I've seen your Falathrun conversions.
Yes, they were very nice.
Very, very good. Really original.
Yes. However, they are a straight proxy. Your other things are conversions by the looks of it, and are cool in that sense, but these guys are Galadriel posing as high elves, so unfortunately I would say they would need some conversion work. Sorry.
I would say luckily for you, Jamie isn't TO in this event, he's playing. However, I do tend to agree with that, that there has to be some level of conversion work, just something. But I can see why you would be reluctant to do that on those models. But at the same time,
old metal ones,
I mean, what you always could do is if you've got the models, you could bring high elves and bring your Galadriel, and you could say to your opponent, "This is my theme. I've got high elves. If it's going to be confusing for you, but I also would like to use these models. If you don't mind, you know, can I use them?" And then leave it up to your opponent. And most people will be okay with it. Some people might be like that. It might be a little bit confusing, and you shouldn't think anything less of them for doing that because that's the game, it's the rules. But at the same time, at least then you're being a bit of a gentleman about it. So, so cheers for that, Ian.
I would agree. Next, we've got Al Wood.
No, we've got wow.
Oh yeah, skip straight past him.
That is a wow.
Yeah, the
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Is it me?
Yeah, I just read Ian's.
Sorry. So this is from Wah. He's put, "Hello, this is my first ever Speed Friend and Question episode in which I'm trying to get into the loop." What's the loop?
You are in now, you have to ask a question next week.
I mean, I bet you missed saying that before.
Oh yeah, really missed it.
But before I begin, I would just like to add my thanks to the GBHL channel team for continuously cranking out some stonkingly good footage. You fellows are a credit to the Hobbit community. Long may you prosper. Well,
Thanks.
Yeah, me and Jamie take most credit for that. Tom and Damien produce average content. I'm joking. I was gutted when I couldn't wash up to it and I had to film Speak Better Question. Questions. 1. Would anyone's knickers... Do you know what, I'm glad I just saw the word knickers when I looked at the sentence and I was like, where's this going?
Oh no, yeah.
Would anyone's knickers get in a twist if I used 2 axes for young Dwalin or Dwalin from Thorin's company? And to this I'd also add Captain of Erebor, as the blooming models clearly have 2 axes. What do you mean? So would anybody's knickers get in a twist if I used 2 axes for young Dwalin or Dwalin from Thorin's company?
But it's instead of the burly hammer. So asking to pierce and strike, is it?
I have no idea. Do you mean like using extra attacks or?
Yeah, because you wouldn't get the extra attacks. Dwalin, Champion of Erebor, has that special rule. But obviously young Dwalin doesn't have a profile, and Dwalin from Thorin's company doesn't have that rule, so you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. I mean, from a modelling point of view, it's not a problem to have the
axes out there, because young Dwalin does have that. So.
Yeah.
Sorry if we've not answered your question.
Please stay in the loop. Number 2, you put, with GW having now abandoned SBG to all intents and purposes, not quite. It's yet to be seen. Is there now room for unofficial rules for units that we could accept into the norm? E.g., why not allow for 100% spider list using Mirkwood spiders, giant spiders and brooding swarms as troops, and spider queens, plural, Shelob, watch you in the dark using the Warhammer massive spider model? Well, you can do whatever you want in friendly games, if your opponents agree.
But for unofficial rules for units in tournament play, probably not going to happen for, well, maybe ever or maybe for a long time.
Yeah, probably not for a long time. What you might find along those lines is you might find individual tournaments in order to mix it up, spice it up a little bit, keep it interesting. You might have situations where they change how you build armies. I know that the league opener next year in Ripon by a world champion. I know that he's changing it so that
no magical abilities or faux magic abilities such as Malbeth's foresight, and also the warbands you can lead up to 24 warriors rather than 12,
which massively changes sort of the dynamic of the game. So you might get TOs bringing in things just to make their tournaments different and interesting, but that's going to be on a tournament by tournament basis, not a sort of community-wide basis. You probably won't find community-approved profiles, I don't think.
Just because it's been tried, just sort of make a profile between everybody, and everybody just keeps adding stuff to it, and suddenly you end up with a really overpowered model.
Yeah, I think it was you and Damien that were talking about that, about the Dane.
The Dane that everyone tried to make, and it was like started off reasonable, and then it ended up being his boar would be defense 5 or defense 6 because it'd be armoured, but it'd be boar, so it'd be tougher. And as it would charge in, it would be like the camels, which have a strength 4 hit, because it's got tusks, and you just sort of keep spiralling out of control. And then it how far does it move? Because it's not a horse, so it can't go 10, but it's not a pony, so can it go more than 8? But then if he's not moving more than 8, what's the point of getting a boar? Because he might as well walk. And it's just like, where do you stop the fandom?
Yeah. Really, it should have stopped with use the old Dane profile and give him a pony, maybe.
Yeah.
If that.
But that's how it started.
Yeah. But you can see how people then get into it. It should be this, should be that, should be this.
But then his 125 point cost becomes 130 points cost, and actually becomes much better because he can be mounted. And where do you? It spirals very quickly.
Of course it does.
And number 3.
Oh, he's got number 3, but not so much a question, but from an older Speak Friendly Question episode, I just saw today on what troops could be invented. Grim hammers with pikes, hill dwarves. Thanks again for the amazing channel. Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy it. And I think people like the idea of creating their own units in their mind.
Yeah.
Bringing conversions to a tournament and using profiles, as long as there's been some effort there. Yeah, that's not a problem. Grim hammers with pikes could literally be Grim hammers converted to have pikes which are actually spears and the warriors of Erebor.
Or you take say full on the fat and take the men at arms with pike and
you could do stuff like
proxy in that sense.
Could definitely do things along those lines. So next up we've got Al Wood. He's coming to Redesolation of Stockport.
Good man. When you were trying to think of that hobby that Emma does, I knew you were going to say scrapbooking. That's my wife's hobby too. And whilst I'm painting figures, she'll be making pages with photos and designs on them. She's very good at it.
I was very happy that I remembered that. It was like one of those moments where it's like, yeah, she's got a hobby. Scrapbooking.
His question this week is, can you fire spells into a combat? Yes. A lame question, but I've never used wizards before, and I was casting Mobilize against my opponent's character whilst it was in combat with my troops. Although as a GW staff member, the other player didn't have a clue to the rules. Yeah, that makes sense. The wizard was not in combat, by the way. So yes, if the wizard's not in combat and he can move freely, he can cast a spell on anyone. Also spells that continue while the caster has will, terrifying your aura for example. What if the caster has used all his stored will, 6 for those of the staff, but get a free will each turn? Does the spell end as all his stored will is gone, or does the caster count as always having will as he generates 1 free per turn? Once his stored's 0, the spells will run out.
There you go.
And
definitive answer.
The free one is just to cast things with. It's not one in the store. It's just a free will point.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got.
Be very wary of that.
Next up, we've got Paperclip 181.
Paperclip. I don't think he's been here before.
Has he? I'm not.
Yeah. I recognise that name. He's put about the Elven speaking. It's a shame that you guys don't speak some Elven lines. Well, I can't speak for Jamie. Do you speak a bit Elvish?
No.
Right, you're a bit better with the Dwarvish, huh?
No. Not really.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you
no,
are.
it's not happening.
It's like
he's going to say it anyway.
Oh, is he?
Oh, look, if I'd have read this one, you'd have got some video. But you've read it, so you got to say it.
But as myself as a Dwarven player, I prefer Dwarvish. Baruch Kazad I Manu.
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah, it was alright.
I didn't do it in a Scottish accent though.
You should.
You usually put that little bit of McTavish in there. So yeah, cheers for that paperclip.
Next up was that that's pretty much reference to a question last week. But
Yeah. He asked if we speak Elvish, and I was like, don't think so.
Nerds.
Tom might.
Tom probably does.
Tom probably does, doesn't
He probably speaks all the Elvish languages.
But he speaks every language anyway. He's the kind of person you can imagine, like someone comes up and starts speaking, I don't know, Korean.
Yeah.
Starts speaking Korean, and you're like, I don't know what they're on about, and Tom just starts speaking to them fluently, and you're like, God damn it, Tom. While he glows. He stands there glowing, just golden light.
Smiling, floating away. Next up we've got Acton39. Says, nice to have speak for a question back. You seem to have a great time at Nova. I hope Redesolation of Stockport is just as fun.
So do I.
Question. When you immobilise a character, in whatever circumstance, can you still swap out for the mount stats, or both affected? Both are affected.
So, I guess he's particularly referring to Warg Riders and Fell Beasts.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah, you
got Radagast and Eagle.
Yeah, Radagast and Eagle. He's very good.
Which is a good one. So thanks very much for that question. Glad that you are coming to Redesolation of Stockport. It's very exciting, a couple of weeks away. We've got John McConnell next. He's put, I've seen some of your videos on the Lord of the Rings to Hobbit SBG changes.
Well, they are old video. You've
those
dug
are old
them
school.
up. You've dug them
You
up.
look great in those videos.
Yeah.
And remember those famous times when you got the haircut?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Something went like from to...
We did talk about it, didn't we? It would be, in fact, I think Akathon would be a good person to do this. Because he spends a lot to go through like every single video that Jamie and I
find a hair change cut.
and you could do just from that the initial clip of us sat here, but when we introduced the video, and we're always sat on the same side, so it'd be really good if you could just get a clip and just zoom through every single video of every intro that we've done together, so you can see the ever-changing faces of James and Jamie. Akathon39, get on it. But has GW or anyone else put a document out there that condenses all the differences between the two rule sets into just a few pages?
No, don't think so.
Our videos are probably the closest to
that, or just ask on forums. I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, because there were a few subtle ones that even we didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I found one out today from David Alexander, which nobody enforces, which is thankfully. But it's the. Did you see anything about the spears and planks worded differently of how they support? No, because the spears can support when they move into base contact, and pikes can support by being in base contact. Which means that if you move first, these spears move into a fight, move into base contact in a model and in a fight. So if your spear line gets charged, technically your spearman hasn't moved into base contact with the fight so it isn't supported.
See this face?
So on a technical
Someone
level,
says that to me at Redos, I'll be like,
exactly.
no, don't even try it.
Yeah, exactly. No one plays it because it's obviously just bad wording from GW.
You know, yeah.
But there are things out there like that I've still yet to find and don't really care because they are obviously so wrong. But David was just pointing out as sort of things in the rules that people haven't noticed. That
The thing is, the game only breaks, in my opinion, when people look to break it.
Yeah.
You know, and start finding things like that, which are clearly
just
not intended that way. So yeah, thanks very much, John McConnell.
Yeah, we've got Ryan Shady Shaw next.
Ooh.
He says, guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
Do you remember him?
Ryan Shady Shaw.
Yep. It's Alwood's nephew. Are you his nephew? Is Alwood your uncle, Ryan Shady Shaw? It's good to have you back. I'm sure you said that you left the hobby, so this is good news. Does that mean that you're coming to Stockport?
He's been out of the loop since Stockport.
That put you off.
Great time to just bring that vibe back up. It's good to see we had Britain take the USA on, so great work with that one. Question time. I'm sorry if this has been asked, but with the Shadow Lord and that kind of smoke screen thing.
Call of Darkness.
Yep. I don't remember what it's called, but it makes shooting arrows really hard. He has. That smoke screen thing he has. If you have two dragons, the big red ones, and him, if the whole figure of the dragon weren't within 6 inches, will it still count? No, it just has to be touching the 6 inches.
Yeah.
So base to base things, like with Fury, as long as a little bit of the base is in that pool of darkness, the whole thing counts. Question 2. What do you think of the 2 red dragons and the Shadow Lord as an army for the redesolation of Stockport? Not saying I'll be there 100%, but there might be a chance.
Fingers crossed you can make it, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to be back and see you, James, through the washing up. Your street cred has dropped now.
Doing your washing up?
Hashtag bringing back the banter.
Listen, when you exceed the age of 10, you'll realise that actually doing the washing up gains you a different kind of street cred. They're called brownie points.
Yeah.
Now, anybody who's married will understand the concept of brownie points, or in a relationship for that matter. And doing something like the washing up gains you brownie points. And the more brownie points that you gain, the more likely you are to eat brownies. I didn't like where that was going there.
No, I don't think I do like where that's gone.
Oh, Jamie! This is a child-friendly show.
Yeah, says you last week painting and your thing.
It's when what you guys don't understand is that when you're on a camera, you can just talk yourself into a hole.
Yeah.
I do get myself out of it.
I didn't watch it. I just read the comments. It was like, what has he said?
I was talking about highlighting.
Right. What was it? Two red dragons. So I assume you just mean like to fly, maybe, or just 2 dragons.
You're a fan of dragons.
Double dragon, very good. And the Shadow Lord is an army for redesolation of Stockport. You're numbers based for day 1, aren't you? So probably not great.
Yeah.
Next up we got Bozza Wazza.
Bozza has put, how do you recommend taking down Rivendell Knights? I'm thinking of taking Easterlings to a tournament, but I'm not sure how to cope with the shootiness of the Knights.
You won't.
No, the scenario is key for this one.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of, you could get potentially a lot of troops at Defence 6, which of course is negated by the negated if they charge you, but they're probably not going to want to charge you.
No, not if you've got your little pike block.
Not if there's lots of you and you've got your pipe block. So just focus on the objectives.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Because remember, even in ones like To the Death, you know, if they want to win the game, unless they've got a banner and you've not, you know, they're still going to want to try and kill your general, and they're still going to want to try and break you.
Just keep your general 3 ranks back.
Yeah.
Something I always.
Yeah, and then, you know, with things like high ground, hold ground, reconnoitre.
Just ignore them. Just go.
Yeah, ignore them and just focus on the objective, because all of that Defence 6 will be tough if you try and hold it out. So I hope that helps. Next up, look who it is.
Jeremy Smith.
Jeremy Smith.
It says, no question.
We met him.
We've met him.
We've met that guy.
No question this week, but a comment Ray post Tournament Blues. I've come off Nova feeling inspired. For the entire drive back, I kept thinking how to improve my game, conversions I'd like to do, and getting together with new friends. Are the guys getting the blues, long timers? Are we getting the blues?
Yeah, I had a bit of.
I think it's more blues for America, maybe, than the tournament. Or the newbies like me get the post tournament blues too. I think everyone gets post tournament blues.
Yeah, I think
It's knowing when your next one is. You're like, I won't see them again for weeks, or for this case years, or maybe ever.
being at an event, you know, there's a an amount of indulgence, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, because you feel like, you know, this is real me time. This is real you time. You know, it's quite a rare thing in you know, busy life and jobs and stuff to have that kind of time.
For us, it was like 11 days of just being out of the world.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was like we sort of dropped off the edge of a cliff into
a reality, into just.
It was. We got so well looked after. For me, it was the fact that we all were sort of chilled out, having a good time, meeting new people, having crazy situations.
I think it's nice as well, because we're all quite a bit older now. We all, like, in previous lads holidays I've been on, there's always myself and someone else who's a bit short on cash towards the end, and you're like, oh no. That's because you spent $100 on McDonald's.
Yeah. Took it for the team.
Yeah,
I hope it was a nice McDonald's.
It was very nice.
I hope it was a nice McDonald's.
But you still had money. You still had a bank account with cash in it. Whereas, like, usually when you've gone on holiday, like when I did when I was 18, you've taken cash with you, and you're down to your last sort of 50 lev. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Can we do something quiet today, guys? Whereas that one, there was no worries about it all, and it was all quite just chilled out and nice. And
it was a very unique experience. But I mean, generally, post-tournament blues, it's because you've had a weekend where you've met up with a bunch of people that you don't get to see that often. So it's really nice. You get to catch up with everybody. You're having a drink. You're off.
Yeah.
You get to play toy soldiers. I mean. So yeah, do get. But it's good that you felt inspired as well. I think a lot of people, especially if they're going to their first event, and that sounds like it was your first big event, or bigger event. A lot of people do get that afterwards. We're like, wow, that was amazing.
How can I do better next time?
Exactly. Well, I guess we're just old and sour now, and it's just like, God damn it, I didn't win.
It's been that way for a good few years.
Hey, you never know. Redesolation of Stockport. Just get yourself in that bottom 8 for the day 2. I wonder if anybody would do that.
Yeah, if you lose the first 2 games, you have to go, right, I'm going for that bottom, and then try and win the bottom.
I think the top 8 will all have to win their games.
Yeah, of course you will.
To get in
there.
And then to win the tournament, you've effectively got to win all your games to win the tournament.
Yeah, you've got to win, what is it, 7 games in a row?
7 games in a row. Can it be done? Yeah,
of course it will be. Next up, we've got David Whittaker.
David Whittaker's put another episode where I wonder when my question will come up, only to realise that I didn't ask one.
It's not very good at this, are you, David?
Won't be happening this week, so here's a question. What do you think to the unreleased miniatures second wave? I love the look of them, although the Goblin Skirmishers and Pirates don't fit with any armies I own, so it's unlikely that I'll buy those particular models. I was a little bit surprised to say you wouldn't allow them at Redesolation of Stockport, as they aren't so much proxies as they are units which GW does not produce models for. Well, technically they're not even that, so keep that in mind. It's also MIT?
Not mine, I think.
It's also nice.
Noting?
I don't know.
Worth noting? No.
It's also MYT feeling that these guys, 8 are worth supporting, as they have released more minis.
I think it's also my feeling that these guys are worth supporting.
Yeah. Okay, so my opinions on that are.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very, very tough for us because we're on a very sort of public forum, as it were. We are. We've got a platform, and the game is still very much supported by Games Workshop, and we film it.
Broken.
you have to get a new one if it happens to be part of the swag bag at Redesolation. Who knows what is in there? We're in a quite unique position. I know that a lot of tournaments have rule of cool, but we do have to be careful. However, I do understand what you're saying here.
Yeah.
I was chatting to Jay and Steve about this.
Yeah, Steve was asking me as well. I was like, they are cool.
I said to Steve that, what my opinion has slightly changed from an official point of view.
Yeah.
My personal feelings are now sort of going a bit more into my official bit, and that is that some of those models, because they're not being released. I mean, it would be if somebody was making a Warrior of Erebor and people was just straight up going like that. I would be very much no. You can't do that. You definitely can't do that. But it's almost like if you're really bad at doing a conversion work to create a Corsair Reaver, then their pirate that they make fits that quite well, and it looks the aesthetic, and it's just like getting Steve to make you a conversion and a proxy, and we'd be quite alright with that if someone greened stuff together and did that and did it for themselves. I think where the scale comes in, this sliding scale of what's alright or not, I don't know if you agree, but it's the fact that they're making money by selling them. So then it's a product.
Yeah.
And it's almost like buying a miniature from another system.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's tough.
Indeed. I'm not sure. I'm still against it until Games Workshop stop.
So
that's just me.
It's a very, very tough one. I hope you will understand our conflict with it and being completely honest with you there.
Next up is GFH HFG. Right.
Wow, hell of a username there, pal.
Here's a question for you guys. What is your opinion on the inflated prices of out-of-production models, such as the newer versions of Halbrand with his banner? On a certain internet auction site, eBay, that particular model is reaching triple figures recently. And in relation to this, your thoughts on proxies of out-of-production models at tournaments? Our opinion on the inflated price of out-of-production models. It's going to happen. If you want it, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, remember, something's only... you see it all the time, don't you, on these trade groups?
Value and price.
Yeah, and so many people jump on, somebody will go, I want to sell this and I'm selling it for... Some people did it the other day with... I was chatting to Jerome Felix, one of the Dutch guys from White Scars.
Yes,
Rotterdam White Scars, because he was selling a out-production Captain of Erebor. Yeah. Really liked that model, didn't like it enough to buy it when it came out, and was very surprised when it went out of production so quickly. So I was a little bit gutted that I didn't get it, but of course it's not available anymore. So, a lot of people got on there with his price, which I think he put it up for 50, 60 quid or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to disclose sort of what I paid for it or anything, but it's worth what someone is willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So if I think it's only worth paying £20 and nobody else is willing to pay the price that he's doing, then that's what it's worth at that particular moment.
Yeah.
It's inevitably going to happen.
Yeah, it'll happen with anything. Happen with this tape measure. If I said
priceless.
Yeah. If I said buy that for £5 and you went, no, I'll buy it for £4, I go, well, I don't really want it, so yeah, sure, £4.
And then suddenly it's worth it.
It's worth £1, and then you go sell it to my housemate and say, this is an over-open tape measure flown in from America, £10. You go, oh yeah, I'll buy it for that. Suddenly it's worth £10, but it was really worth. It was free.
The best real model economics to look at this is house prices.
Yes.
Prices, and look at the problems that are caused by the house pricing bubble effect, which is where because banks can lend more and more money, the value of houses falsely inflated, so people end up being more, but they don't end up actually being worth that, because it gets to a point where once people can't afford to make payments, no one's willing to sort of fork up that debt, as it were. So think of it like that. Something is worth only as much as someone's willing to pay for it. A house that is listed as 200 grand isn't worth 200 grand if it doesn't sell for 200 grand.
Yeah.
And
in relation to this, your thoughts on proxies of out-production models at tournaments? Conversion work, not proxies. It's a fine line, but
it's a sliding scale.
Yeah. Conversion work over proxies. Yeah, any day.
I'd agree with that. I agree with that completely.
Next up for you.
Oh, it's Smaug.
Yeah. Oh yes. Whew.
What magic is this? How have you avoided that?
That's a wall of text. Do you
want to go make us a brew? Have you got the Tetley's in?
No, it's Tetley's at Aldi's. Just you want
to be fair. Sure, I will do actually.
Okay, you can start.
That'd be lovely actually. Thank you very much. Oh, do you want to show everybody your mug? Because we do mug reviews on this show. Washington DC. We would like to thank Warlord, Lance. It was Lance who got this.
It was Lance. Yeah.
Lance, who was demoing the War of the Ring game at the Nova Open. Really nice guy. He is Warlord on the forums and on the YouTube. And thank you very, very much. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for our mugs. Jamie did well. He got the Washington DC one. I got the Virginia one. I was quite happy with that because we were staying in Virginia. One of us, I think it went to Damien, got a New York one. I don't know how that happened, but it was nice all the same. So Dave Egan, you put, hello again, it's good to see Speak Friendly Question back, and I can't wait to see all the content you filmed at Nova. Well, neither can I. A ton of it's been uploaded and is scheduled to be released. We should have had another battle report yesterday. So you've got a few Saturdays worth of battle reports, for sure. It seems like it was an absolutely amazing event and that you had some amount of crack at it. So for people who don't know what that means a good time in Irish. I'm sure everyone following the Journey vlogs were extremely jealous. I know I was. The Journey vlogs were great, great laugh to watch. James, you were particularly entertaining to watch, especially in vlogs number 2 and 5. What happened in 2 and 5? I have no idea. I can't remember. I'm glad that you found them entertaining. I think I expressed it several times in the videos, but I had no idea how they were going to turn out. It was really interesting to see the other guys one as well, because of course I saw them filming. They weren't doing it as much as me, but that's probably because I had the camera out all the time. And I think after the first couple got received so well, I think they were kind of like, well, that's, you know, you crack on, you do the majority, and we'll just get, you know, the bits and pieces which give a bit of a different perspective. So I thought that worked quite well. She put, now we move on to Redesolation of Stockport 2015, and it looks like it will another savage record-breaking event. I know, it's absolutely unbelievable. I was saying to Jamie before, I can't believe that it looks like we are not only probably going to get over 70, but we might even get above 80, and that would be just unbelievable. I mean, a few weeks ago I didn't think this was be possible, so it just shows what can happen when you offer everybody a bit of free swag. For anybody that didn't know, that was the first 48 to sign up would be guaranteed a swag bag, and I said, well, if we breach 70 or 72 I think I said, then I would try and get 72 swag bags together. It looks like we might even be beyond that now, so not everybody will get who was booked after that point will be guaranteed to get everything that is in a swag bag, but I'll put something together. I have enough bags, it's just I'm not sure I've got enough swag. Quote of the century. So yeah, I mean, if we could breach 90, that would be amazing. It's pretty incredible that there seems to be a list of people that aren't able to make it. You know, your Sam Page, your Owen Wright, you know, quite a few of these guys. JT's not even set to make it. Cheers, matey. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You know, who can't make it down there, and yet we've still got such high numbers, so it just shows that the community side of things really is still snowballing. So you put, I'm really looking forward to it. Smaug is coming along nicely. Have to help my friend paint his armour on me before I can focus all my attention on finishing him. He's not got long. It's looking like I'll be over in Stockport by mid-afternoon on Friday, so if anybody wants to challenge Smaug, I know Jamie's quite keen on doing that, then I'll be more than happy to play you. You might as well get it done in a practice game.
I don't ever want to play Smaug, to be honest.
No, you don't want to have a go?
Not even the challenge, there's no point. It's a lost cause.
Wow, imagine if Winston Churchill had that attitude, eh?
Oh, well, I feel I could do better at taking on Germany than I would at Smaug.
The German military machine was pretty good.
It was.
Just shows that Smaug is better.
Yeah, Smaug, if it was 700 points of German infantry versus Smaug would win.
But what about Panzers?
Smaug would win.
Yeah, I agree.
They're starting to roll 6. You know what strength they are.
Yeah. Barge, strength on barge.
Yeah, it's that. That is what would ruin it. Because you'd have to charge him with everything eventually. And then when he wins, he just goes smash everything. And then he'll charge the one thing he wants to kill.
Yeah. Anyway, you've given Dave Egan some ideas there for how to play him.
But also, I think it's just, if he wants to, he can play the skirmish game as well, where he just moves a little bit, blasts everything, moves a little bit, and you don't really want to go towards him either because he's horrible in combat, so you want to shoot him, but then he'll shoot you better.
Okay, so yeah, if anybody does want to challenge Smaug on Friday, then Dave Egan will be around for mid-afternoon, so you could do that then.
Was that? Is it all done? Sorry.
No, I'm halfway through it.
Okay.
Now for some questions. If a hero calls a heroic march at the start of the move phase but then gets transfixed before it's their size turn to move, the heroic march is cancelled, i.e. friendly models within range of the hero who called a heroic march cannot benefit from the heroic march.
Correct.
Mundo. It's a good tic-tac to have. I've done it many a time. James, I think you are right, Ari, the Witch King on Fellbeast with Morgul Blade charging Smaug. If he charges and wins, he'll make 2 strikes at strength 4 with a Morgul Blade. 1 for his base attack value and +1 for charging whilst mounted. Smaug isn't considered monstrous cavalry. He just can't be trapped or knocked to the ground by anything.
That's correct, yeah.
Yep.
That's in the FAQ.
Brilliant.
However, he still then needs 6s by 4s to wound him, and he's got 3 might probably that time, so he only needs a 3 on 2 dice to kill him.
Yeah.
It's still likely to happen.
Certainly is, there you go. So I was rewatching the video where GBHL Damien and Sam Page unbox Smaug and discuss his profile in depth. At one point, whilst discussing Smaug's unstoppable momentum special, or your favourite one, his special barge rule, they suggested that if Smaug charges, wins the fight, then opts the barge, all models are forced to back away, they take a strength 9 hit. The models that survive then back away 3 inches as per normal with barge, but Damien and Sam suggested the survivors also get knocked to the ground. I'm not sure about the last bit. What do you think? Cheers as always, keep up the great work and happy strategy battle gaming.
It depends on there's no rule book down to it. And he's on the PDF anyway, so maybe I can pull it up on PDF. I think it would assume, it would depend on whether he counts as cavalry when charging or monstrous cavalry whilst charging, like a dragon does. Like if he's got draconic charge.
Has he got draconic charge?
I don't know, I was checking.
I can't remember. We'll check it now for you. This is a rare occasion where Jamie and I actually look up actual rules.
Yeah. So,
there's too many times where I wing it. I was washing up the other day with my wet hands. I was like, oh, I'm not checking that. Hazard a guess. See how we get on.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
You go on to the next one.
I'll go on to the next question. So we've got the Dr Pepper machine. He's like, hello, long time no question. My bad, sorry. Well, at least you're back, Dr Pepper machine. My question is, since the One Ring website has been down for several weeks now, and Daglab doesn't appear to know how to fix it or understand what the problem is, would the GBHL be interested in starting a similar website for the community? It could feature something like the Vault for exclusive videos and content for site funding, articles that
I actually have to do something like that now because the Patreon account has reached over $750 a month. One of my pledges was that I would make a website for our channel.
Axie Mob, Shotgun Mob.
Yeah. so there's no time frame currently on this. I can't put a time frame on it because I know I built a website before and I probably will need help from friends, but I intend to get it done.
Good stuff. There you go.
So that will be at some point.
Whether it will replace the One Ring or not, I hope not.
I hope not. One Ring's incredible.
One Ring's awesome. Let's hope he gets it sorted. I know people don't like people being, but I could open it fine. Until I tried again yesterday and I couldn't open it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it seems to just be off and on. Like you see some people saying, "Oh, it's working again," and then the next they're like, "Oh, it's down."
It's a shame. There's a ton of great stuff on there. So, and you've also put here maybe some of the DCHL guys could help you out for a.
I think it's just done it to the Dr Pepper machine again. Oh wait.
Help you out for a combined effort. Make it happen, Caps, please.
Happen, Captain.
Happen, Captain. Yeah, we might get around to doing it. Well, you said that you're probably going to get around to doing that at some point. So next up we've got Shen Barnes. He's put, hey guys, what's the best choice of options for Wood Elf Warriors, do you think?
Spears. Wood Elf Spears.
Wood Elf Spears are for winners.
They're amazing.
A few Elven Blades in there.
Yep.
And your bow limit.
Elf bow. Max out.
Max out your Elf bow.
No point in not Wood Elves.
So that's definitely the thing.
We're getting close to Smaug. We're on to Bilbo. The PDF takes forever to load.
Oh god, no, it's
so I'm on the wise.
It's a pain. Get us the next question. I'll get the next one right out where you get down there. So we got
in Marley.
Panther Marley. He's coming to Redesolation Stopwatch. He's very excited. I have asked Darren to stop more Jaeger than he normally would, but haven't asked a question in ages. Sorry, bros. So, I'm fully aware that people play war games for different reasons, but my question is, do you think the British community will ever have a takeover for the love of Tolkien and Middle-earth and start playing proper fluff just because it's cool? This is something I'm having a phase with, and I'm enjoying the game more than ever. I can't think of any questions, so apologies for my lack of contributions. I think generally our scene isn't terrible for that. I think that we get a good amount of people doing it and going through phases of it. I think the thing is it's very hard to get everybody doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
So
someone will want to win that tournament, so we'll bring Phil, come on, PDF, sort yourself out.
Yeah, so getting everybody to do it at the same time is tough. I think the closest that we've had to that was probably the doubles event from...
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah.
From Damien and Tom. When they were SBG, Damien and Tom, on that occasion. The Seven Stones was probably the closest because there was a huge incentive for bringing fluffy armies where there was a story. And
double Dragon all the way. So themey.
Where did you guys come? Double Dragon. Is it double Dragon or just Double Dragon?
Just Double Dragon.
Wow.
700 points. PDF does not want to format itself to zoom in.
Just looking for it, I'll do it.
Yeah. Like, see,
just about making it out.
Ancient Evil. Oh god. Ancient Evil, Fearless Fly, Resistance to Magic, Terror. Yeah, Breathe Fire, Smells Fire Breath. Spikes have been a point of will to breathe fire. Desolator of the North, the Smells number. Is that the reroll against dwarves thing? Will every turn that clean the store. Furthermore, Smaug rolls to wound one or striking dwarves. Smaug cannot be knocked to the ground, otherwise moving as well. Never backs away, she loses a fight, his opponent's back away. Smaug can also be trapped. Missing scales, that's the shooty thing.
There you go, yeah. He's got unstoppable momentum.
Few creatures in Middle-earth can stand before Smaug's draconic might. If Smaug charges into combat and wins the ensuing fight, all his opponents are knocked to the ground, regardless of their type. Except the one like a Farad. So yeah, they would get pushed back 3 inches, or knocked down, pushed 3 inches, and take a strength 9 hit.
All models forced to back away also suffer a strength 9 hit. Does that mean that they would suffer 2 strength 9 hits?
No, Smaug chooses to make a brutal power attack.
Oh yeah, so it's part of the same thing.
It's part of the large brutal power attack, yeah. So you would also get knocked to the ground.
And probably die.
It's 3s on near enough every troop in the game, but Vault Wardens, which is 4s for the
Whee!
shield. Whee! They got a chance. Which they'll reroll 1s of, because it's Smaug. Right, we've got Mark Furness up next. He says, hey guys, if I mounted single attack model with a shield, charged an enemy infantry model, but then they decided to shield in the combat, would they get the usual 2 dice, or 4 having charged? Mounted models can't shield, so unfortunately they wouldn't be able to shield anyway.
No. You definitely wouldn't get sort of charge bonus and then shielding on top of that anyway.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't make sense. But no, they don't, unfortunately. Next up we've got my drinking buddy, Clint Whitney. How's it going, Clint? Hey guys, my next project will be to paint up a warband of Haldir's elves. What do you guys think of these 2 paint schemes? The traditional gold, the reds, or the silver and blue?
I like silver and blue for wood elves.
World Champion's got silver.
Haldir's elves, yeah.
Yeah. World Champion's got silver and blue.
World Champion James Braun's got him. I think Jay Clare might have his silver and blue as well.
I like greens and golds. I do like greens and golds. Not garish, not like an Easterling gold.
Oh,
like a
muted gold.
A muted gold with a very soft, almost pastel green kind of colour, like a very light kind of colour.
Catching green. No, Catching green is very dark.
You know what I mean, don't you? Like a pastel colour.
Lucas Whitcroft White says, hi guys, I'm coming to Stockport and I'm bringing my trusty elves to win the fight. The last tournament you ran, there was an Arena of Champions. Will there be something similar this time? Thanks, Lucas. I don't believe there is any plans to do anything like that. We will probably just go back to the hall for gaming though. Yeah,
there'll be loads of games, loads of board games going on, dice games, games.
The Arena of Champions was run by Tom and Damien because they wanted to test out have it tested by lots of gamers at one time for their Seven Stones tournament where Arena of Champions contributed to the tournament.
So that's why that was there. But there will be entertainment. There's the meal on the...
Entertainment?
Entertainment, yeah.
Oh, you've said it now.
There's entertainment. Well, it's party night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amichis is party night on Saturday night, so anybody who wants to come and get involved in that, please make sure that before this Monday that you send me a £5 deposit for that.
So they'll see this on Sunday?
So tomorrow, you need to do this by tomorrow.
If they've watched it on Sunday.
If you've watched this on Sunday.
If you're watching this on Monday, you've got today.
You've got today.
And if you've done it on Tuesday, you've missed your chance.
Actually, I can never get the time machine as kind of question. It blows my mind.
I don't think it was even worth saying to be honest.
Give us a £5, get it over, and also your meal choices on that menu. So you need to do that as well.
Yeah.
As does everybody else who isn't on my list. There's a bit of a party night, and then after that we'll be going back over to the hall. Probably Darren usually keeps the hall open for us.
Yeah.
Soft drinks there. I believe that you are under 16, so there will be soft drinks and stuff available, and you can come and play some games after. So next up, Scott Johnson.
Yep.
He's got, hi guys, long time no speak, but I've been watching and liking all of the vids.
Good man.
It's comment, like, share and subscribe. Got some of those in there, not all of them. My question is there a lower age limit for GBHL tournaments? Cheers and happy strategy about gaming.
Depends on every tournament you go to. Typically you say 12 plus because with a parent and a guardian there. Typically 12 plus because people have suddenly they're invested in the game at 12. I've played younger players that are 10 years old or so, and as soon as they start losing, they lose all interest in the game.
Yeah.
And won't see it through.
Yeah. And
just start getting bored. I'll start fidgeting.
Yeah.
You'll be moving and trying to do cast a spell, and they just be yeah. And it's no fun for you. They're not enjoying it because they're not winning or smashing stuff up. And
yeah. So I think it's 12. But if you are younger than that and you consider yourself to be reasonably mature and you bring a parent, then tournaments will consider it. So next up is the Norwegian
Viking.
Now this guy's a legend. Do you know what he's done? He wanted a swag bag so much.
I heard about this, yeah.
He has bought a swag bag.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed.
There obviously isn't a ticket's worth of stuff in there because that'd be impossible because we've got to pay Darren. I want money, pay for lunch, pay for everything. It is a cost neutral event, but Andreas, you've gone some way towards helping me in that situation because you were paid for a ticket to get a swag bag, so I will send that over to you.
He says, sorry for the short comment last week, and it will be not much longer this week. He's doing his duty and he's away for yearly army training. Fun times, although the weather could be better. But he watches the vids on his phones during breaks and he wonders if an entrenching tool would piercing strike or bash.
Piercing strike.
Piercing strike, definitely.
Have you used an entrenching tool before?
No, but I've seen them.
Yeah.
It's just piercing strike.
It's definitely a piercing strike. Anyway.
Yeah. Less of that.
Anyway.
Oh, the last one and I dodged the big one again. Woohoo!
How have you done this? What have you
prayed?
You magically dodged this by checking out Smack. Have you rehearsed this before today's
It was all a bruise to check.
I'm very impressed. You've successfully dodged every big question this week. Lord Draconum. Just to warn you, this might be a little long.
It's not too bad actually, is it?
No. And remember, we don't actually mind. We are here to help you guys, and never.
I do.
Well, no, we are. We're here to help you guys. Never feel like you can't ask us a question, or that this is some kind of exclusive club, or that no question is too long or too stupid. We will answer it regardless.
Oh, there are stupid questions I won't answer.
We can talk about it when the camera's off. That's the thing. You're like, God. That Lord Draconum. Terrible question. You put, I'm just getting into the Hobbit strategy battle game. Welcome. After being out of it for a while, the books I have at the moment are The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, both of which I picked up when I was getting into Hobby a while back, and then the new books I have are The Hobbit May Rule book and the Mordor source book. I ordered the Moria book.
Yeah.
Offhand, I have the Isengard starter box and the Rohan starter, 2 Mines of Moria starter boxes, as well as lots of Gondor. I have 1 box of Dwarven Rangers, lots of the Last Alliance miniatures. I think I bought a few. I have 2 boxes of Mordor Orcs, I believe. I was thinking of putting together a few armies. Well, it sounds like you got some decent starting points for a few things.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to really be a solid one army there, is there? There's bits of everything. What I would do is, since you ordered the Moria book and ordered the Mordor book, I'd go Mordor because that most of it is still available.
Yep.
If you want Rohan and Gondor, you'll need to find Kingdoms of Men on the sort of second-hand market, as well as Fallen Realms. Is that gone yet?
Fallen Realms is on the second-hand now. It's
and Dwarven Rangers and your Last Alliance. If you've got elves in there, you need to find Free Peoples, which will be a bit of a task for you at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of these source books are now out of production, so go with what you have got, and then use that as your basis for army building. So
Moria and Mordor are very good in their own rights, so you can make a good list with what's available out there from both Moria and Mordor, and make them themey as well.
Yeah, Mordor is the most expanded
of lists
of all of the lists. So much so that it's got its own book.
Yeah.
Which none of the others have. They have to share books with other factions. But good that you're back into the hobby. Hopefully that means that in a few months' time that we'll maybe see you at one tournament, or somebody around the world, depending on where you're from, will see you at a tournament. So guys, that is Speak Friendly question number 90.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys enjoyed that.
Short one?
No, we've actually managed to stretch this to 53 minutes.
Oh my god.
I did that while you were having a bruise.
I sensed.
That was all of my stalling.
Dave Egan question, stalled that one out.
I certainly did. I thought, let's get Jamie out of the room so he can't just sit there rolling his eyes while I just, stretch the question out.
Doing it again.
But good that we managed to get together.
Definitely, yep.
And hopefully we manage to get together for Speak Friendly question 91 next week. You guys have got lots of good content to look forward to as well. There is a series of battle companies coming soon.
There will be, yes, yeah.
And we've got tons of Nova battle reports, which sees you on until about Christmas.
Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? I think I've edited all my battle reports. I'm going to start doing the battle companies, but I'm not going to release them until I've got a lot saved up, because I've got my own editing to do for my other battle companies. I don't want to mess it all up in my head.
Yep, and with there is a tournament at is Mansfield this weekend?
Mansfield is currently going on.
Mansfield is currently going on.
If it's Sunday when you're watching this. If it's Monday, it was yesterday. If it's Tuesday, it was 2 days ago.
So you will probably get some player interviews from that.
Yes, I'm hoping to get some.
And
both Damien and I are there.
Yeah, so you guys could probably smash that, and there'll probably be the award ceremony and things, and then of course you've got Redesolation Stockport. There should be a ton of footage from Redesolation.
Well, we should definitely be able to record some player interviews. The round length for day 2 is 600 points, but they're 2.5 hours per round.
What?
Exactly. So we should be able to finish our games within like an hour and a half, and then have an hour to
Film.
drag people over. Like, oi,
Palantir sketches.
yeah.
Get yourself in every Palantir sketch for the next year.
I'm sure Tom will be very happy.
We hope that you guys are enjoying the content. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your hobby, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Make sure you support Jamie on Patreon as well, because he needs the cash.
I need that money. I've got to have a better team than LDT.
Yeah, let him upgrade to Tetley's
Yeah.
and his wonderful Washington DC mugs. Happy strategy battle gaming, guys.
And support your hobby.
You've already said
We
that.
didn't say that,
You did.
did we?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. When you watch this back, yeah, you said it before. We've not been getting this right lately.
No, it's the introduction of support me on Patreon.
You support me on Patreon has messed things up. In fact, I think it's got to go.
No. No, it's definitely not. I think
It's above everything else in the comments.
it is. It should be the top one. Oh, I think we should change it to pledge to Jamie on Patreon, so we don't mix up. So we've not got double support.
Yeah, double support. It's because it's. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and then it should be like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, pledge to Jamie on Patreon, support your hobby, happy strategy battle gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get Steve back in to hold some paper up for us.
Should we try it one more time for the subscribers? Then we made it an hour.
Okay.
Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Pledge to Jamie on Patreon.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming. Nailed it.
Good.